Hey guys, Pastor John here with a question that I wanted you to think about because you heard it as a kid. Husbands, you heard it from your wives. Students, you have heard it from a teacher at some point in your recent past, I promise. You're in the middle of doing something and your parent or your teacher or your wife walks in and looks at you and says, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I remember as a kid participating in some sort of extracurricular activity that I knew I shouldn't be participating in. My dad walks in and would go, "What are you doing? I mean, what are you doing?" And what's the answer that most of us give or gave? I don't know. Well, what are you doing right now? What are you doing? I don't know. And I know that when we look at the news today, when we see the stories that are being broadcast, when we see the temper tantrums that are being thrown by the rioters who didn't get their way, the question that goes through every sane person's mind is this: what are you doing? What is going on here? What are you doing? And it's not that people planned to act this way. It's not that people plan to screw up their lives. It's not that people purpose in their hearts to live as entitled, destructive brats when they don't get their way. It's that most people don't plan not to. And Grandpa always said that failing to plan is planning to fail. You know, 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, "Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of God." And we cling to that promise in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." As if God is going to force us down a particular path. But God can only direct the steps that you are willing to take. So, are you living a life of intentional worship? Are you discipling people and being discipled? Are you living every moment to the glory of God, recognizing that when we do the ordinary, monotonous, God turns those things into the ordained miraculous, because everything is a form of worship, an opportunity to bring him glory. And God does not bless laziness. And as one writer recently put it, that includes intellectual laziness. The destiny of my life, the destiny of yours, the destiny of our entire generation is not a mystery. Our destiny is a decision. So stop hoping and believing in coincidence, because when God's involved, there's no such thing as coincidence, only divine providence. And God can only direct the steps you're willing to take. So let me ask you a question right now. Pause. Think about it. What are you doing? What is it that you are actively doing? Are you failing to plan and planning to fail? Or are you purposing in your heart, like Daniel, to do every single little minute thing to God's glory, making a decision to allow God to direct your destiny? Share this video. Ask somebody else this question. Hey, what are you doing?